Stephanie.
This is Emily.
And today we are continuing with our 13 Reasons Why bi-weekly series. And today we're going to talk about episode 7. Wait, 7? 5 or 6? 5 or 6. We're going to talk about episodes 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
And so these two episodes mostly focus on Zach Dempsey and Ryan Schaefer. I think that's his last name. So yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, sure. So let's start off with Zach. So when I first watched the episode and then read the chapter pertaining to him, I definitely felt like this was one of those moments where you could argue that Hannah was, again, kind of overreacting. But also, given the level of where, like, you came from, at first it was Alex, and then it progressed to, like, Bryce doing whatever, the groping incident, and then progressing it to even more like her hysteria, that like at this point where Zach comes in, you start to kind of understand why Hannah starts thinking it's a big deal. And that was kind of where I kind of landed on when I first came up to the story. I didn't really have that much of an opinion. I kind of just glided through this one because like I didn't feel like, oh yeah, I understand, like she was really like irritated by the fact that like Zach would do something like that to her. Again, I would use the same argument as I have in other videos, where it is really strange that everyone at like Liberty High seems to think they have ownership over Hannah in some form or way, which was always the strange part for me. But yeah, I feel like Zach overall was a guy who didn't really know what to do once rejected, and he acted badly.
But that's the thing, like he was never really rejected.
Really?
Because even in the TV series and in the book, he never actually asked her out.
I guess, but it was
so
like,
if you don't ask someone else, you can't really be rejected.
That's true. Okay.
You know, so he just literally just sat there in front of her, you know, while she's, you know, kind of like sobbing over the whole Marcus ordeal, and he doesn't say a word to her except like, "Oh, are you okay?" But not once did he say, "Oh, do you want to go out on a date?" You know? I mean, granted, that's probably the best time to ask her out, but he never actually asked her out afterward.
Yeah, okay, you could definitely argue the semantics.
Actually, no, wait, let me rephrase myself. He didn't ask her out in the book, because I just remembered he did ask her out in the series.
Yeah,
like in the
not really
confused. Yeah, he asked her out in the series, but he didn't ask her out in the book. Like, I'm reading the book right now, and I'm like, I don't see a part where he asked her out. So
okay, so you're talking about the book right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, in general, from the TV show, I guess one thing that really differed for us was that particular nuance where Zach in the TV series obviously made that declaration to Hannah, and Hannah had said no.
But the way how Hannah reacted to was kind of like, "Are you serious right now? Like, walk away, you know?" Like, the way how she talked to him, I was like, okay, he's trying to be like nice, you know, whether or not you believe that he's trying to be nice, the least you can do is have the same courtesy and be polite back. And be like, "I'm sorry, like, I'm not interested, blah, blah, blah." Instead of just be like, walk away and like scream at him so everyone can know that's like, he just got awkwardly rejected. You know?
Yeah, I definitely would say that she overreacted, but I don't think she was thinking, and I think that was the point. It was the fact that she had gotten to a point in her time at Liberty High where she was just so paranoid, you know, and she didn't really like understand why Zach, of all people, from that same like boy squad, you know, like, because Marcus is part of it, so is Bryce, all these people who, even I forgot his name, the first guy. The guy who asked her the slide. Juliet. Like Jessica's boyfriend.
I know. Is it Justin?
Justin, yeah. So the whole crowd of Justin, Bryce, and Marcus, like, Zach's friends with them.
Yeah.
And so like, I can kind of definitely see from her angle, she would think like, is this some sort of prank that you're pulling? Like, I don't want to like be like nice about it.
I can see that. But at the same time, I just feel like, I don't know, if he like I don't know, it still takes courage to go up to someone and be like, "Hey, do you want to go out?" You know? Because like, even if it's a dare, it still takes guts to go up to that person.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like on her part, she should have just been like, "Sorry, I'm not interested," you know, like, and like, if he continued, just been like, just ignore him, you know, just be like, "Okay, well, I already talked to you about this, like, I don't know why you keep bothering me." But instead of ignoring him or like politely just being like, "No, I'm not interested," she just kind of like went off on him.
Yeah, I definitely say that on both on Hannah's side, it was an overreaction, like I said before. But I think in general, I can understand Hannah's reaction too. Like if she saw it her way, like she definitely was like, Zach's part of the crowd, those crowd of people. Like, why is he doing this? And so from Zach's point of view, I would definitely say bad timing, guy.
Yeah,
such bad timing.
Like, and not just that, but like also the fact that at this point, like you said earlier, she's already feeling down from all like the other like you know rumors going on and whatnot. So for him to kind of just take all her compliments away, the little things that actually make her day, because I mean, to other people that might not be so important, they're like, okay, thanks, you know, like I don't really care. But to her, because of all the rejections and like the down like bad rumors going on around her, she really needed something to kind of lift her up. So him doing that, like normally probably wouldn't be a huge deal, but for her at that point in that down low of her life, it caused such a huge impact, and that's why like it bothered her so much.
Yeah, I'd say that at this point of the story, it becomes really obvious in both the TV show and the book that Hannah has depression. Like, she's definitely suffering from that particular mental illness. And because, as you said, she gravely exaggerated the significance of having those compliments taken away from her. Like, if it was a normal person, of course it would be all very irritated.
Yeah, but it would be like, okay, fine, whatever, don't...
Like, it wouldn't necessarily, like, exasperate us to the point where we'd, I guess, either, like, in a TV show, completely call someone out in the hallway to, like, be like, why did you do this to me?
Yeah.
Or even, like, really bother to... I guess articulate in like a tape even. Like I understand the tape by that point she's completely like suicidal, but like you just don't really nitpick that much when you're not in that sort of mindset. So I would say that props to the show itself for really getting us and making that clear to that point where you realize even as a viewer that Hannah's state of mind is becoming very compromised, and as well as, and it stayed true to the story, to the book.
Right. So the next episode / chapter in the book, if we talk about Ryan. And Ryan is basically like the editor of like the school newspaper.
Lost and Found.
Yeah. So yeah, why don't you go ahead? Okay,
so I actually used to be part of the high school literary magazine too.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
Oh, you don't? Okay, well, I did all that stuff too. Like, I used to be in a literary magazine in high school. So, coming from that position, the only reason why I bring it up, I found whatever Ryan did to be completely atrociously, like, unacceptable. Because you always must respect the author's wishes. Like, it's just, like, one of those things that just come very, like, it's a abiding principle for me. So when Ryan just kind of like took whatever he needed and wanted from Hannah, it was again like that whole idea like I can just take whatever I want from you.
At least the thing that what pisses me off is that he asked her, and she said no, and then he was like, okay, well I'm gonna ignore what you said.
Well, yeah, that's
even worse. Yeah, because like now you have the implicit thing of like of the author's right to say no, and then she says no, and you're just like,
wait,
well,
I don't give a.
I was gonna pretend I didn't hear it and continue with it,
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's even worse.
Like in that case, he definitely didn't respect Hannah's wishes at all. He purposely did whatever he wanted to do, and so for me, like it was just like I don't know. It was definitely something that I thought deserved to be on the tapes. Like he definitely like
I think he deserved that too. Because honestly, like what she wrote, I feel like it was good. Like when she was like doing that speech thing. I thought it was a good one, but the thing is, as high schoolers, they can't really appreciate it, especially since the first line was like the lacy black underwear. And like as high schoolers, you're very like we were high schoolers before too. We were very immature at that stage. When we read the first word saying my lacy black underwear, we're gonna be like, oh my god, this poem is gonna be like racy and like sexual and blah blah blah. Whereas like once you get into it, you're like, okay, this has nothing to do with that at all. That was just a way for her to grab people's attention from the first time. Yeah. But the thing is, like, as high schoolers, they didn't know that, so they were just like, oh my god, I can't believe she wrote this, because they didn't bother reading the rest of the poem, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like they probably
and if they did, they didn't understand it.
Yeah, they definitely were already coming at it from a very mocking lens.
Yeah.
So they didn't really appreciate it for its like literary aspirations, as like Ryan supposedly said he wanted it to do.
And he's like, oh, I did it for you. Like, it's such a good word. Like, the world should know about it. And I'm like, yeah, but the world that you know is high school. Like, if you had wanted to share this to someone else, like, say, like for the college, you know, like one of the short stories, like the stuff that you write to get into colleges, I think that would have been more likely. Or like try to get her to win some sort of award, like, oh, I presented this to people who actually understand this, you know, then I feel like that might have been like more acceptable to a high school where people don't understand it at all.
Yeah, I definitely would say that Ryan, just because he didn't even bother really to help Hannah with her supposed career, given the fact that he is an editor. So strange. I think he definitely, at that point, you can understand that he did it entirely for himself, because he just wanted to bring his magazine a certain level of credibility, and he didn't care how he did it.
Right.
And I think that in that case, Hannah did not overreact. I mean, with Zach, I understand, like, there was the notes and the fact that she really needed those compliments. But compared to what Ryan did explicitly, I would say that Ryan deserved so much more of the tallying than Zach did. But I figure even from the books, though, I don't feel like Ryan would ever really face the backlash he deserves, though, just because like it's weird, because I would actually put him on the same league almost as Tyler. But it's because Tyler did it like he did it to the physical being of Hannah. Like he kept on taking like sneaky pictures of her, of what she looked like and what she did. But Ryan exposed everything about her, like her identity, her crisis, like everything inside. So it was kind of like not only was she like, she was double exposed at this point by like two guys who she like barely really knew. And I feel like, in that way, Ryan is pretty much on league with Tyler in terms of like being a complete like asshat. Yeah. Like I don't even like Zach doesn't even come close. I feel like Marcus is an ass, but like Marcus is an ass. Zach is whatever. And then
I honestly I feel like Zach,
Justin's bad
what he did wouldn't really, like, he wouldn't be on my tapes.
I mean, he's petty. I would say
he's petty. He's petty, but everyone's petty at some point.
I understand.
So for me, like, calling him out on that, I'm like,
well, that means Hannah's petty. But I already explained why she's petty, though, because at this point, for her, she's already in that state of mind.
Right. For her, it's different, but no, I feel like for everyone so far, we've had Justin, who I totally agree he should be on the tape, like 100%.
But do you feel like he's on the same league with Tyler? Because the people that I find have offended me the most on the tape is Tyler and Ryan. And actually, in a lot of ways, I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I should swap them. Because, like, the way that, it's like basically Ryan just took everything from your journal and, like, showed it to me. I don't know.
I can't decide who would be, like, more to blame. But I definitely agree that Justin is up there as well. Because, like, he was basically the person who started the whole, like, sexual rumor thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? And, like, honestly, if that hadn't started, none of this would have mattered so much as for her.
That's true. Okay.
You know, so that's why for me, I'm like, Justin is like way up there, even though he didn't like. I mean, he might have I think he stole her identity as well, like stole her innocence.
Yeah, when it came to first, like, puppy love.
Right, because like she never actually did anything with him, and like he was one of her like first crushes at this new school, etc. And like he completely just trampled upon it by spreading this rumor about how, you know, she was easy and whatnot. And I'm just like, that kind of gave her a very bad negative impression when she just started school there.
Yeah.
You know, so no one really knows about her. They can't even be like, no, she's not that kind of person, like,
that's
blah, 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 because, like, she's new, you know? And then, like, so her first image among her peers is already a negative one.
Okay.
So that, I feel like, is really important, like...
First impression.
Yeah, first impression. And I feel like that's kind of stole her identity from, like, just a normal new kid to, like, a new kid with, like... who's very like loose and like, you know.
Okay.
But yeah.
I would say like Justin Yeah, Justin, Tyler, and Ryan for now. I'm sure there's more. Like there's going to be more added to the list as the story.
Yeah, everyone else I'm kind of like, I mean, they suck and they did something bad, but like I don't think they did something terrible. Like Alex with his list, okay, whatever. Jessica, what was the worst thing? What was the bad thing? She just like didn't. She didn't become friends with her anymore or something, right? Like that was like basically what happened.
I feel like Jessica just left her.
Yeah, I left her like hanging when she needed her the most. Something.
I mean, that's still pretty bad.
I mean, it's still pretty bad, but like, I don't think it's like because of you, you know. And then there's Courtney, obviously. So.
Oh, Courtney's a little bit higher on my list.
Yeah, of course.
Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica and Alex, I think, are like kind of on the low on my list right now.
But that makes sense because Alex and Jessica were her friends at some point. So I feel like they have the least like incentive to want to hurt her as badly.
Right.
So it made sense to me that they were like lower.
But like
on the
because
list.
they were friends with her,
they
hurt her more.
Yeah, that's true. But again, like just to say, like in terms of like normacy, like in terms of like, yeah, there are times when you and someone else just end up not being friends anymore.
Right.
And sometimes someone does something a little mean to you. I would say that Alex and Jessica were kind of on the same league as that. Okay. But everyone else was kind of like, and Zach, I would say was kind of like on that realm too. Like, okay, I get it. Like in a spur of a moment, you didn't feel good. You wanted to like have your little lash out, and it's fine. Not fine, but
like
I'll get over it.
Understanding.
Yeah, I'll get over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the ones I couldn't get over were more like Justin, and if I was to handle like Justin, Tyler, and Ryan.
Okay. Yeah. So far, those three for me as well.
You too? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're in agreement here.
So that's it for our recap for this week. Join us in 2 weeks for episodes 7 and 8. I'm curious to see who else she has on her list. I feel like it's going to be like a snowball after snowball, and there's going to be like this dump of like snow at one point.
An avalanche. Like where everything becomes apparent.
Right. So anyways, let us know if you have watched the episodes or not, and if you agree with what our thoughts on these characters and whatnot. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe and like us.
Yep, and I'm excited to see why who else is on her list, but especially
where Clay is.
Clay is.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.